Okay, 8-5, solving quadratic equations using the best method. Okay, so this is very similar to what we just did. All right, so I'm going to have my equation. If it has parentheses, we use graphing, right? If there's no parentheses, we use polytools. So this is essentially the same thing, but we're going to add one extra step into it, okay? All right, so look at example 1. It says solve each quadratic equation for x using the best method. So looking at this problem, which method am I going to use? Polynomial tools. How do you know that?
Because it has no parentheses.
No parentheses. So this is going to be polytools. Is it ready to be solved yet?
No.
Or sorry, is it ready to be put in polytools yet?
No.
No. Why?
Zero.
Because I have this 28 over here, and I need it to be a what? Zero. So how do I make this a 0?
You do, you switch sides.
You got to switch its sides. So how do I move that 28?
Minus 1.
Minus. Do its opposite. Minus 28 on both sides. Does it have a like term over here?
No.
Nope. So it doesn't matter where I write it. Okay. Does the order matter which I write them in?
Yes.
Yes. Which one has to go first?
X.
X squared. Then what?
Minus 12x.
Minus 12x. Then what?
Equals 0.
Nope.
Oh, crap, about 28.
Minus 28 equals 0. Because those cancel out. Okay? All right. Now is it ready to go in polytools? Yes. Okay. Turn your calculators on. Make sure you're in the regular calculator mode. We're going to go to algebra. Polytools. We're finding the roots. What does roots mean? Roots means x-intercept. 2 and real stay the same. My first number is what? 1. My second number is negative 12. My third number is negative 28. Okay, is this an ordered pair?
No.
No, what is it? It's a list of the x-intercepts. So negative 2, 0, and 14, 0. My answer. Questions? Okay, look at number 2. How am I going to use, what method am I going to use? Poly, why? No parentheses. So polytools. Okay, now I don't like doing this, but because we don't have a lot of space, I'm going to move 2 numbers at one time. So how do I move this x squared? Minus x squared. Does it have a like term?
Yes.
Which one?
2x squared.
So I'm going to write it underneath that. How do I move a positive 12?
Minus.
What's its like term?
Negative 2.
Okay, so I'm left with 2 minus 1 is x squared. Positive 6x is
Same.
the same. And negative 2 minus 12 is negative 14 equals, these all cancel and I get 0. Is it ready for polytools? Yes. Okay, so menu, algebra, polytools, and find the roots. 2 and real stay the same. What's my first number?
1.
My second number?
2.
Third number?
Negative 14.
Good. Make sure you write them in order. Okay. Now, if you look at this problem, it's got answer choices A, B, C, and D. Okay? My 2 x-intercepts, we're going to write them down. Negative 7.79 and 1.79. All right, write them down so we can remember them. Okay, are these in decimal form? Your answer choices?
No.
No, we have to turn them to decimal form. But what do you notice about them? What's different?
Have like square roots and dividing and stuff like that.
Okay, what's something that you've never seen before?
The plus sign.
The plus sign with a
Line
line under it. What is that?
I
I don't know, because you've never seen it before, right? Okay, so this is really a plus and a minus sign. Because how many roots do we have? 2. So this is written with as 2 answers written as one problem. Okay, so this is really going to be negative 3 plus 2 square roots of 23 and negative 3 minus 2 square roots of 23. Okay, so I'm going to write that out. Negative 3 plus 2 square root 23 is going to be 1 decimal. And then negative 3 minus 2 square roots 23 will be my second decimal. Okay, are you with me? All right, so B. Okay, I've got negative 3 plus the square root of 96 and negative 3 minus the square root of 96. 2 different decimal points. You should be writing this with me. Y'all see how this plus minus sign works? It's really just kind of saving space so you don't have to write all of that out. Okay? Then for C, I've got negative 3 plus the square root of 23 divided by 2 and negative 3 minus the square root of 23 divided by 2. For D, I have negative 3 plus the square root of 23 and negative 3 minus the square root of 23. So all of these are decimal answers. Now I need to plug them in and see which decimal matches these two. Okay? So let's start with A. Negative 3 plus 2 times the square root of 23. Just one at a time. Hit enter. Is this decimal the same as one of my x-intercepts? No. So can A be my answer? No. So cross it out. Now I go to B. Negative 3 plus the square root of 96. Can this, or is this one of my x-intercepts? No. So can B be my answer? Now we're going to try C. It's a fraction, so we're going to do control divide. Negative 3 plus the square root of 23 divided by 2. Does this decimal give me one of my x-intercepts? Nope, so C cannot be it. Try D, negative 3 plus the square root of 23. Is that one of them?
Yes.
1.79?
Yes.
Okay, what about negative 3 minus the square root of 23? Is that the other decimal?
Yes.
Yes. So what's my answer?
D.
D. Any questions? You're going to have a few on your homework like this. When you get to Algebra 2, you see a lot of these plus minus signs with talking about square roots. Okay? Okay, number 3. Which method am I going to use?
Graph.
Graph. Do I need to solve it?
No.
Why?
There's a difference in it.
It's already at 0. Okay, so I don't need to solve this. So let's go to a graph. Do I need to put the equal 0?
No.
Do not put equal 0. Graph it. Okay, what happens? Is that a straight line?
Yeah. No.
What is it?
It's
It's a really big what?
Big U.
It's a really big U. If I want to zoom out, menu, 4 for zoom, 4 again for zoom out, hit enter once. Can you see the other line? Yes. Okay, so now, how do I figure out what these are? Trace. Menu, 5 for trace, 1 for graph trace. And my X pops up. I'm going to go to the left first. It's on the left side of the U already. Might be better if you just hold it down. Okay, so once it pops up 0, right? Because 0 means what?
0.
0 means?
X-intercept.
X-intercept, that's my root. So negative 5, comma 0. And now I'm going to go to the right. I'm going to hold it down. It's faster if you hold it down. My y-intercept tells me my y-intercept and my minimum. But all I care about is my roots. Okay, my second 0 is 15, comma 0. Any questions? Everybody good at trace?
Yep.
Everybody good at the plus minus? We understand what that means. The plus minus sign means one is positive, one is negative. You don't understand? You understand? Okay. Is your headphone in your ear? The other ear? Maybe you can't. Maybe you can't hear me very well since your headphones are in your ear. So one. This is two problems written as one. One has a plus sign. One has a minus sign. Okay. Same thing here. Two problems in one. One has a plus sign. One has a minus sign. Because how many decimals do I need? I need to see if either one of these decimals matches. Both of these. They both have to match. The only ones when I plugged it in the calculator that had a decimal was these two, and they both matched this. Okay, any other questions? I'll help you in your homework if you need it.
No.
Anybody else? We good?
Yeah.
You have a question?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like on the equations,
These?
yeah.
Yeah.
Will there ever be a time where like one of them has one of the decimals?
Maybe. It could. Yeah, so like if I was checking B and this one matched one of them, but this one did not, then that can't be your answer. Both decimals have to both match. Good question. Okay, any other questions? Okay.